Alright, welcome back to the Warframe free-to-play playthrough. Gonna start off with Mars Junction, but as I said in the community post, a lot of this free-to-play through is going to kind of shift focus towards mostly how to do things as a free-to-play player instead of just a general guide for new players. So the way to do junctions for the most part is beat the crap out of them with melee. Some of the later junctions this becomes difficult because of they start using abilities and whatnot, but general focus is using melee. At the mission complete screen there, I'm going to show off some of the rewards, being a couple quests, important quests, and Void Relic and the Incubator Power Core. Plugging in the Void Relic segment, Ordis begins to explain Void Relics in general.
Void Relics. What a baffling concept. Ordis will try to understand Void Relics again. They say the contents of a relic are simultaneously this thing, or this thing, or this thing, but also that thing, and certainly never just one thing. That is, until it's exposed to a void fissure? And at that point, all the possibilities collapse, each one falling away until the relic cracks open and exposes one singular thing. Then, against all tenets of logic, that thing becomes the only thing the relic ever contained.
What a load of...
Ordis prefers known quantities. Thank you very much.
The short and sweet version is that they just are caches. They contain one of the items. After finishing up Void Relics, I decided to do the Howl the Kubrow quest.
A recent Grineer excavation has uncovered
The Kubrow you want generally first is going to be Sahasa.
Defend the artifact until extraction arrives.
Sahasa tends to solve most early game energy issues. The other good one is the Sahasa Kubrow, because it has the mod Retrieve, which adds a chance for the Kubrow to roll a drop table of a fallen enemy again, much like the way Necros works with his looting ability, Desecrate. You also may have seen me scanning some plants. That is for a future quest called the Silver Grove. You do not need to do this. It's just, it makes sense time-wise anytime you're on the Earth tile set to scan some plants.
It is done. The collar has been attached and the bond between Tenno and Kubrow has been cemented.
Operator, you will remember to care for the beast, won't you? Ordis doesn't care either way. Do I?
Next, I did the Master Rank 3 test, which again is pretty easy, as most of the Master Rank tests at the beginning of the game are.
Show me that you know of the old ways. Eliminate all targets using your melee weapon. Again. Ready yourself.
I can't
formidable performance. This test is now complete. Another job well executed.
On completing Mastery Rank 3, you'll be able to have access to the Syndicate system. This is a passive grind that converts a percentage of your XP into reputation for the different syndicates. This is the pledge screen. It's going to force you to visit one of them in the relays in order to pledge to them. There's a whole lot to this system, and some of it isn't very well explained. It doesn't decrease the amount of XP you earn or anything like that. It's just, I think it's 5% of whatever you do earn is then given to a given syndicate. You can use the gear wheel menu to fast travel to all the different syndicates in a relay. You can search in the top right for any of the Warframes for the different augments, which is how I recommend you choose a syndicate, is figure out which Warframes you want or love, and then choose the syndicate based off of that. I choose Steel Meridian. It's also allied with Red Veil, which between those two offers most of the Warframe augments that I want. Furthermore, you'll see a daily standing max in the bottom right. That is technically a lie, because there are missions as you rank up the different syndicates, and through those missions you can find medallions, and you can turn those medallions in, and it does not affect your daily standing max. So theoretically, you can go well over the max each day. Especially early on, you can get nearly double, close to triple your max standing in a single day by doing all the different missions. At MR30, you can get around 100k a day in total standing.
I aim to ensure you fully enjoy your time upon the
Moving
water,
on to what I did next, I went to
absolutely
Ceres,
not built
bought a bunch of fishing supplies, because fishing is arguably the best way to rank up both Ceres and Fortuna. After fishing, I decided it was time to try to make my way to Deimos. I am not Kril's trusty hammer.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
and we eventually get the kill. Kril is also the way to get the Excalibur parts if you didn't choose Excalibur at first, or if you want another copy for the Hellman system, which is later in the game. Next, I did the Heart of Deimos quest. I'm just going to let a lot of the cutscenes play and not talk over them.
You received our distress signal. Mother will be pleased.
What? Visitors? Look at you now, a real chip off the old monolith, huh? Just the right sort to save us from the coming cataclysm. Come on!
We agreed. I was handling orientation protocol.
Sorry, Lloyd. It's just too exciting.
We are in crisis, Tenno. Our defense against the Grey Strain has failed. The Necrolisk is in lockdown, but it doesn't matter. The infestation has compromised the very heart itself. We have been forced to rephase into Martian...
But how are you, anyway? Things good?
As I was saying, our defense situation is dire. Our remaining necromecs have reverted to their autonomous kill precepts. They will not distinguish you from those things.
I call that one Bitey Scratchikins.
It is imperative you meet Mother, receive her instructions, and prevent the imminent intradimensional catastrophe. Demonstrate your combat readiness, and I will grant you the requisite security clearance. Good luck.
Intradimensional what?
Oh, Jack, I've already explained it.
Sounds like it bears repeating, Lloyd.
The infestation wormed into everything. After the Great Purge, there were no Dax, no Tenno to defend the place. Just us.
It's not your fault, Chip.
Technically, it is. And now you face an existential threat. If the heart stops beating, the wellspring of your power dies with it.
Have we tried turning it off and on again?
Tenno, meet the head of the Entrati family. What's left of her, anyway? Mother, wake up!
I had the most distressing dream.
Here we go again.
The wall of Lech was before us. I had my proofs. My father's. I could hear him. I could hear him tapping at the untimed door.
Mother?
We went in, but again, he wasn't there. My husband congratulated me. Sarcastic halfwit. All the while, hiveweed was sprouting all around us. But it was just a dream.
No, Mother. You did all of that. You're as wormed as the rest of this place. The heart is about to fail, remember?
Oh, fuck.
Functional? We are. and we've summoned Ship here to help us.
It'll take more than an old Orokin thug to keep the heart beating.
The heart stops. Everything goes with it.
Oh, but think of all the time we'd have for hobbies.
Requiem Cipher. I'm embarrassed to say I'm unsure what to make of this. Tenno, can you figure it out?
So make sure to understand these doors. You will need to understand it to do Isolation Vault bounties later on. Basically, it will flash a pattern. You just need to activate the nodes in the correct order, and the door will open.
Indisposed. Let ol' Otag help you out.
Success! I didn't expect to get through the door before I had a chance to finish. Forgive me. This is the only way.
So the difficult part of this quest starts after you wake up after that little cutscene. You'll have to sneak around some necromechs, but if you have Equilibrium equipped, you can pick up some energy orbs or leave some around, and pick up some health orbs. This will give you a much larger health pool, so you can survive multiple shots from the necromechs, because they only do about 10 damage a piece. Or like per shot if they spot you, but your goal here is to stealth mission your way back out.
All right, but there's another up ahead. Watch for its pattern and try to get past it. Be patient. Let them pass before moving on. Be patient. Let them pass before moving on. You're nearly out. Be cautious.
You're still alive. That means we can fix this. We can get the heart back if we work together.
So later in the quest, you eventually get access to a necromech and have fun.
With the void closing up, you're gonna be too weak to help in that frame. Snake's in rough shape. but she's got enough juice for one last ride. What do you say? Ready to go old war style?
When you get to the heart, you'll have to patch the damage and then we'll restart the system. It's a lot, but we're counting on you.
She's waking up. You should have additional functionality.
After the good times are done rolling, you'll have to go talk to grandmother.
They're an insufferable lot, aren't they? My son, father, blustery and spineless all at once. His absentee wife, mother, who can't see past what she's lost to see what she has. And who can blame the children? Daughter, trying to convince herself she's so different. It only makes her more the same. And the boy, poor son. He mistakes kindness for mediocrity. Who's he competing with other than himself? But in a crisis, they can come together. I've no idea what you're talking about. But even as they've forgotten themselves, their names, their bonds, they might still be a family. Seems you're an important part of that now. So maybe I can help you and your family. There's Warframe, Zaku, somewhat of a family themselves. A sum of many, a composite of others we lost in the ages that our Entrati family has served here.
Post-quest, you will want to speak to each of the Entrati family members, especially Sun here, because he has a very specific mod for your companion, specifically the Beast Companions, that you will need. It is arguably the best mod early on, as it has an 18% chance to double any and all resource pickups, which applies to a surprising amount of things in this game. You will also need to speak to Father, as the necromech parts, which are easily gathered from Father for 2,000 standing each, are required to build a necromech, which is required for a late game quest. There is no way around this. The only other thing you can do is buy the necromech, but if you're a free-to-play player, that is a lot of platinum to grind, so get to grinding rep through mother bounties and mining for the gems and ore, and then you can actually just build these parts and build the necromech yourself. After Deimos, I decided to do the Archwing Quest. You will have to do a series of excavation missions to get the different Archwing component parts, and then you will have to build it. It doesn't take too long, and it's a rather easy mission. While waiting for the main blueprint to build, I went and did some mining on the plains of Eidolon.
You've crafted an Archwing. Now I must commence calibration. So much to do. By my calculations, this process will take 372. Sorry, ship integrity will not permit extraction at this time.
You only have one chance. Ordis, deploy Archwing.
But my calibrations, it's not...
Ordis, do it now.
Okay, deploying Archwing.
We now have the tools to take on Vahek and his Baelor Fomorians. His arsenal is growing, but so will ours. There are more Archwing designs and more weapons. Together we will take to the skies and confront this new threat.
After the Archwing Quest, I did an insane amount of mining. And then I did the Phobos Junction. After the Phobos Junction, I fought my way through Phobos and made my way to the Ceres Junction. Post Ceres Junction, there will be a node on Ceres called Seimeni. That is a dark sector node. It's probably one of the earliest and best credit farms for this stage in the game. You do 5 ways of defense and extract, and you get 20,000 credits as a mission reward bonus because it is a dark sector. Next, I did Master Rank 4 and a ton of Seimeni. I also bought a bunch of blueprints from the market, allowing me to craft a ton of weapons. I think I did something like 20 runs of Seimeni because that's just how many credits and weapons I needed. Somewhere during all of this grinding and master rank leveling and such, I also completed the quest called Stolen Dreams and did a ton more mining. I was able to get all the mining done that I needed for Gara, the Warframe, and a few other things.
A formidable performance. This test is now complete. Another job well executed.
Last but not least, because he deserves his own little shout out, I did end up incubating a Sahasa Kubrow. Thanks for watching. Feel free to drop a follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube.